Right on. We have power. Okay. Hey, everybody. And Irvin, we'll have a copy of the slide deck available to download on the site. Oh, you got the sweeper thing. So you'll get access to everything, not have to worry about that. Hey, happy holidays to everybody that is here with us and available on and joining us online. Really, what we wanted to do and what we try and do at the meetings to kind of wrap up the year. Elections are every 2 years. This year was one of the elections. We'll introduce all the board members and everything. But what we try and do is just kind of recap what happened through the year, reflect on the activities that we participated in, and share with you what we've got lined up coming into the new year. At the same time, if anybody here has any ideas for workshops or things, it's everything falls under continuous improvement for us. So appreciate your ideas and your perspectives and everything like that. Alex, is there anything you would like to add to that first slide?
No.
Okay. If you can. I thought that would be bigger. Um, okay. So for general housekeeping, yeah, we are recording. We do make these available on the website, so anybody can go back and check them out, and we'll attach a copy of the slide deck for you as well. And then want to give a big thank you to Marty over here and Zyphon. They have graciously made this room available to us for the whole year, and we'll be here again next year. Just do appreciate you and appreciate everything you guys make available for us. Thank you. Yeah, no, awesome. Whoa. And then one thing that we're starting to try and get better at with the new term is wanted to list these are the people that have joined the chapter in December. Would you like to list them?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name is Lucy Maxwell. I am the Director of Membership for the ISACA San Diego chapter, and we are thrilled to have new members joining us in the month of December. We have, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing.
Well, that's why I totally
name.
delegated it to you. Yeah,
but
full
please,
transfer.
Please give them.
Is anybody that's on that list here with us now,
Yeah.
joining us, who's a new member? Nope.
Or online, maybe, if they are online.
Yeah, or if you're online.
Self-present.
Drop it. Yeah. And go ahead and any questions that you have, drop them in the chat online. If you're online, drop them in the chat, and we're here to answer them as well. I'm going to go with Tibiasa Matovu. And until somebody tells me I'm wrong, you get the next one.
All right, we have Christopher Rogers.
And Ronald Wolf.
And Tracy Pino.
Melvin Agolto.
And Dylan Kelsey.
Bright Adai.
And Ryan Naya.
Yeah.
Nye.
Awesome. So
something like that.
It's Nye. He was at the social mixer on Monday and had a chance to meet him and just say hi. And but yeah, just to all the new members, welcome aboard. And I know we've got Irvin here, who is just recently transferred in, from Mexico City. Yeah, everybody knows who Darius is. Yeah. Are you gonna? I think we're ready for the next slide, unless there was anything you want to add.
Welcome to the chapter.
Yeah.
Gotta use the microphone. Welcome to the chapter, everybody.
Okay, so if you can see this, okay, we just pulled statistics from the chapter from corporate of which certifications and how many members of our chapter have these particular certifications. We do like to share that all of the ISACA chapters are separate nonprofits. So we do run, but we run under the bylaws of ISACA corporate, but we were responsible for the finances and everything like that. The chapter was established in 1977, and we did become our own corporation in 2019. So we are as a 501c6, which is different than a 3, and I'm ad-libbing this in how the finances and that we are a subset of corporate in some capacity. We currently, as of a couple of days ago, 802 members. It has membership has grown 6% over the last year. And we found that Richard Kingston is our longest tenured member from March of 1996. Yeah, yeah. And the newest member is Ryan Nye. Ryan is? Okay. Welcome, Ryan. You made the cut. And it was funny because we put this together on Monday, and then I met him Monday night at the mixer. So it's like, oh, I know who you are, just because you're on slide number 3, uh, kind of thing.
No. No, and one thing I would say is that we do have 2 people who have the advanced in AI audit, as well as 2 people who have the advanced in AI security management. So we finally gotten off the ground with those certifications. It's something I'd highly recommend looking into if you're trying to shift in that direction in your career. As you see, less than 1% of members have that. So it's not something which is a lot of the market has yet. Part of that is because the market isn't necessarily demanding it, but it would help you stand out if you're looking for something that's AI tangent. And I'd hate to say it, but every job is AI tangent now. So
Yeah.
very, very valuable to go that direction.
Yeah.
So with that, I will announce the new board of directors. So first, you guys may have met him before or seen him before. We have Mr. Dave Tuckman returning as president for his 3rd term. We have myself, Alex Neff. I will be performing his duties if he's not around as vice president. We have Tim Smith, who is by far our longest serving board member. How long has Tim been on the board for now?
I think since like 2008 as treasurer.
So he's been a stalwart that has kept us going, because if somebody doesn't manage the money, it will all fall apart. So let's have it for Tim.
And Tim did want to be here, but he had some health complications that prevented him. But and so for those of you that don't know, he is the adult on the board. So we're running as the children here, kind of unsupervised for this meeting.
Yeah, and if it feels like things are chaotic, it's because Tim isn't around. So we're trying our hardest.
Who's the second adult?
I don't know. You keep telling me I am, but I don't believe you.
I just said I didn't want to be.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be it, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so we also have a new secretary. We have Mr. Brian Gibbs.
Speech.
Would you like to say a word?
I can always say a word, right? So I'm excited to be here and to help just continue to get ISACA out in the community and be a part of the board to help us move that direction. You can see that it was up, what, 6%? So I know we have some lofty goals to help improve that next year in 2026. So excited to help overall with that.
Really excited to have you, Brian.
Yeah, super appreciative to have you.
All right, and returning as membership director, we have Lucy Maxwell.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to continue as part of the board of the San Diego ISACA chapter. And I'm thrilled to continue with this work that we had started in the last term with Dave and the last ISACA board, and now continue to work with the new board and do as much as we can to bring innovation to our chapter and new practices that we haven't had in the past. So we are looking forward to do more and better. And I really look forward to the next term. Thank you.
And since you have the mic, do you want to talk about what your role does for the chapter?
Yes, absolutely. So from now on, we are going to have more close collaboration with our members. We are going to be here to help you answer any questions that you guys may have. We are going to be welcoming our new members, asking you questions to those members who decided to leave the charter because they decided to move somewhere else. So hopefully they can help us to understand what we can do better, or the reasons why they feel like they couldn't get the benefits that they were hoping. This is in case of those who are departing from the chapter. So anybody who is coming new, we will look forward to working with you and make sure that you are receiving all the benefits to be part of the chapter.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next, I don't know if he needs an introduction, but I'll get one anyways. We have Mr. Chad Collier. I hope I say it right. You know, I'm trying to pretend like I'm French. He is going to be our research director. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what your position will be doing.
Hi, everybody. I think a lot of you guys know me. Chad Collier. I'm taking on the new role of research director for San Diego ISACA, and going to be responsible for putting together a couple workshops in 2026 and working on some white papers, hopefully in collaboration with other chapters, because I think that's something we've all missed out on as ISACA. Coming back from the Global Leadership Summit and meeting with other research directors around the world, nobody's coordinating together. So what I'm hoping to do is build some teamwork and coordination on global projects. And I've got a couple white papers in mind that I'll be working on throughout the year. So thank you. Honored to be in the role.
And all right, we have a couple others who couldn't make it today. I don't know. Can you see? And I saw Vanessa was online. Do we have Matt and Emily online?
Emily was unable to make it due to a commitment making gingerbread cookies at her son's school. And yeah, and I supported those priorities.
It's Vanessa. So if you want to, you can promote Vanessa to the panel and we can turn.
If she'd like to say hi
if
for a
you'd like to
moment.
say hi for a moment. And also turn the volume up as much as you can on the computer. And in the room, it will be a little bit hard, guys. We still don't have a replacement speaker since the unfortunate event somebody's stealing our equipment. But we'll make do.
And one thing for everybody online, if you want to reach us, we just kind of passed out cards for everybody that's here, but the website is isaca-sd.org. And if you email us at info@isaca-sd.org, it'll come to several of us to make sure we get it and can reply to you.
Awesome. And while we get Vanessa promoted, a couple more of our board members. So we have Emily O'Carroll, our program director. She will be the one who helps get the speakers throughout the year lined up, as well as workshops and things like that. She's also going to be working with sponsorship, which is something we haven't done that much in the past, but we're trying to do great things. And unfortunately, everything costs money these days, from what I've heard. And sponsors can help us do things like, I don't know, give up more scholarships and things like that. So she's going to be helping facilitate that. And I don't know if he needs an introduction. We have Mr. Matt Stamper. He's the immediate past president. It doesn't feel so immediate anymore. It's been like 7 years, I think, since you took over. But
Greatest role, because it's by title, and as long as I'm in this role, he remains immediate past.
well, he pitches in where he can. He's a very busy man. We're appreciative when we can get his time. Do we have Vanessa up or?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Step away for 1 sec.
But I think everybody here knows, has met Matt in some capacity. Great guy, and did fantastic things for the chapter when he was serving as president over multiple terms. And then the next person, well, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Vanessa, go ahead, please.
Hi, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here. My name's Vanessa Bourgeois. I'll be helping with academic relations. We're defining this role in more detail this year, and I'm really excited because I'm heavily connected with the universities in the area and hope to expand that.
All right, Vanessa, thank you for joining us. If everybody wants to give Vanessa a hand.
Okay, so we put this whole yeah,
Everybody.
come up. Take a bow. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Emmanuel. So I'm gonna be the communication director, which involves a certain amount of tasks, including the website. And I do have a favor to ask to everybody is I'm gonna issue the CP. So if you haven't received it, please check your spam first, and then if you don't have it, I'll be happy to reissue it. But yeah, super excited to be here and.
And with that, let's get into the next item.
So we put together the slide deck earlier this week and then added this slide this morning because it's like as soon as you do these, you realize what you missed. But this came in and we just wanted to share it with everybody. The emails came in on it yesterday. Honestly, haven't read into it too much, but ISACA is now recognized as a trusted partner for CMMC. This is a huge opportunity for corporate all the way down through the different chapters. We don't know how it's going to play out yet, but I know that through the chapters and through corporate, all of that had been running through the AB platform, they're still involved, but ISACA has got the infrastructure to make that very scalable. So anybody that's in that space or interested in that space, we'll have more information on it as we learn ourselves.
Awesome. So, we have a question in the room. Anyway, if you can turn up the mic for him.
Testing. That's great news about the CMMC. So one question, part of that, I know you said you'll talk about more later. Is there a possibility of like training for like CCP or CCA in the future to become like the partner or any of that for the DoD and doing those audits, internal audits, et cetera, or external audits for like NIST or FedRAMP, et cetera? Because I know that November 10th, there was a new self-audit that was put in place for contractors doing business with DoD. So I'm interested in something like that for like the CCP. So just wondering about that.
I know CCP's in there because I saw it. But if you shoot us an email, I can forward you what we received from corporate, and that'll share everything with you on it. And there was about, I followed pictures, so there were like 5 badges on the email in the header. And I don't remember exactly which ones, but dude, yeah, happy to share it with you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
And also like to add that I think in May we had a CMMC training. So if you haven't seen it, like Dave said, we have all of our recordings online on our website as well as YouTube. So feel free to check it out. And hopefully there's something of some words of wisdom in there. Chad and I presented, so like pretend like we know what we're talking about.
CCA.
Mhm.
So be taking that into consideration, that might be like source of revenue, like yes, we're talking about. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, I think there's a bit of that, and I think there's just such a huge backlog of people that are interested, like yourself, that there was, it never would have been that this can start. I think one of the guys who shot an email over said it's like a backlog of like 200,000 people that are interested. So
interested and not enough auditors as well. So it's both
exactly.
sides. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, right on.
And if anybody has any other questions, let us know. We're here to serve.
Did we say why we're using microphones?
We didn't give the spiel yet, but I feel like most people here have heard it. But if you haven't, this is for people online. We have about 3 to 4 times people online as we have in person. So if we don't have these mics, they can't hear us, or they can't hear you at least. And we do want them to be able to hear your insights as well as ours. And with that, we can go over some of the things that we did this year. I'm very proud of the year that we had. It was a whirlwind. There was stuff going on all the time. I don't know how this man does all this stuff, but Dave keeps this chapter going at 1,000 miles an hour. One really cool thing, and we'll have some really amazing news soon, is we are going to be announcing the winners of the ISACA San Diego scholarships. And so we have the One in Tech Student Scholarship. There's 3 of them for $3,000. We have the list of students who I think scored the highest in the review round. So we just have to go double check that. And within the next couple of weeks, I think we'll be announcing who the winners are. So if you're watching out there, hopefully it's one of you.
Yeah, and this is, I think, the third year the chapters had the opportunity to participate in this program. When it first started, it was a pilot program where corporate allowed 16 chapters to participate, 8 in North America, and then the other 8 were global. So it's been really cool, and they've let our chapter continue to participate. And so hoping to do it again this coming year. But yeah, like Alex said, the finalists are getting reviewed now, and we'll have the names shortly.
Yeah, looking forward to it. In this upcoming year, we're hoping to give out more of them. I mean, what's better than helping out the next wave, right? So next is financials. Maybe you'll be able to do this better. You can probably easily read that little.
Yeah, that's so those are the financials. I'm not a very good numbers guy. That's why Tim's part of the family. But as a nonprofit and everything, and with what we do, we're very transparent with the numbers. We will share them with members to show where costs have gone and what we've been able to bring in as revenue. I'm not going to go line by line through them. This will be on the slide deck that's available. The one thing that Tim did want us to relay is if you take a look at the very end of it, it shows some negative numbers. And my understanding in business is when dollars are negative, that's not good. But but it's somewhat misleading because we receive a good amount of the percentage of membership dues, and we receive those every at the end of the year. So that revenue is coming, and there's some reimbursements that the chapter does, along with the taxes and stuff that corporate ends up reimbursing us for. So when all of the dust settles, those little negative dashes will go away. And Tim wanted us to reassure you we're in a good spot.
Into good spot.
Thank you.
We're a good spot to spend it all. So
Yeah.
that's where I come in. But more seriously, as a nonprofit, we want to make sure that we take this money and we have the biggest community impact with it. And I think if there's one blessing COVID gave us other than some alone time, it's that the chapter kind of started to kind of save up a lot of money because we weren't running in-person events. It was all online. The cost dropped a lot. As you notice, for a nonprofit, we kind of have a fair bit of money in the bank. And this upcoming year or years, we're looking to start to dig into those reserves and try to spend that money to better the community, to give back, to help you guys, to help students, to figure out ways that we can take this money and have the best community impact. We're all thrifty people, so we try our best to spend that money wisely. And anybody who has any ideas for how we can waste it, don't tell us that, but tell us how we can spend it wisely. Let us know, and we'll do our best to help give the biggest impact to the community.
Yeah, our number one priority is to support and add value to the members, like yourselves, and right along with the members, the community at large. So,
yes, we'll be giving out $20 bills at the next meeting in person. If you guys online hear that, I may or may not be telling the truth.
yeah. Okay, so now we're going to run through a bunch of the activities that we had the opportunity to host on behalf of the chapter last year. And there's a lot of them, so you'll see why we're kind of tired. But one of them that was a really cool thing that we were able to do is we did a 4 workshop event with in collaboration with a company called Tej Lab out of Canada, who specialize in API security. And it was the 4 workshops. You see 3 of them here because the first one was actually in December of 2024. These are available on the website. We did record them and everything. But Baljeet Malhotra, the CEO of Tej Lab, hosted them, and it is on how to build an API security and governance program. One of the things that really caught my passion for it was the statistics where 83% of internet data flows through APIs, and less than 5% of organizations have an API program. So,
And adding to that, this was a technical workshop. We try to get as many of those in as we can. We cover cybersecurity and audit. We try to make sure that we have the high level stuff covered. We try to make sure that we have, both the security as well as the audit side covered. We also try to make sure that we have actual technical workshops where we can get hands-on experience. Our members come from a wide spectrum of different places, and we try to cover all of those. And sometimes technical ones can be hard to spin up, but we actually do have a series this upcoming year for learning firewalls, cloud security, and things like that, actual technical workshops. So we try to get it all, but again, let us know if there's anything you guys feel like we don't have. Our goal is to serve you.
yeah. Amen. So in January, we had 2 events. For those of you that don't know, we have our events here 3rd Thursday of each month. But a lot of times through early this year, we had the opportunity to collaborate with Cloud Security Alliance. In January, there was the meeting that we had. You may recognize that picture of Emily as a picture that was on who is our community director?
Program
Director. Thank you. I'm still taking notes. And then the other event, the Cloud Security Alliance ones are, I think it's the 4th Tuesday of each month, but we add them on the calendar and everything. So in January, we had the opportunity to bring these 2 events forward.
And for those who aren't aware, all these are going to be on our website. Again, we record everything, so if you want to see a copy of any of these, you can go to our website or YouTube and see that. To clarify, our regular ISACA meetings are usually around noon on the 3rd Thursdays at Xiphon, which is kind of a little bit north of where the 805 and 5 meet. One of the days I'll learn where this is, or like Sorrento Mesa or Valley or something.
1225 El Camino Real.
Wow, you got the address down. Carmel Valley.
Thank you. Yeah.
All these cities sound the same. Somebody might take offense.
I don't know how I can remember that stuff with all the other things I forget, but yeah.
And also the CSA events, which happen on a monthly basis, are at KPMG over in the UTC area?
Yeah, just north of UTC.
And food is always included, so don't forget that part.
That's right.
So for February, we had Marty Berk, who is with us today. If you want to, you can go over it.
Okay.
No fun. But he is actually our sponsor who helps with Xiphon. So he is the CISO and Chief Legal Officer or Compliance Officer for Xiphon. And he went over cybersecurity as a governance concern. We also had the Cybersecurity Summit, which we have another one of those coming up soon. We're actually, I think, the only city in the country they come to twice. They just love us here in San Diego for some reason. And then we also had our joint CSA and ISACA San Diego meeting where we went over CIS critical controls.
You want to do March?
Sure.
I can ad lib as you go. So March chapter meeting was around navigating the future of cyber threats and governance. by Robert, and I'm not gonna get the last name correct. Renzulli. And yeah, he wins the beer competition. I'm not gonna be able to grow it out that much. Then you had the Festival of Science and Engineering. That's always a very fun festival in March, early March. And then the SoCal Mixer for Q1. That's a really unique event where all the chapters come together at Alesmith once a quarter. And I mean, there's usually well over 100 people that attend that mixer. So it's great to go meet a lot of new people and expand your horizons with that. And then the joint CSA and ISACA San Diego data protection against ransomware. Very prevalent still is ransomware, unfortunately. But Druva had their CTO out to talk about that to protect against it.
And just real quick, as a shout out to Robert, for anybody that doesn't know him, he was the CISO for the Port of San Diego when it got hit with ransomware, I think back in like 2019. Just a wealth of knowledge, great guy, and yeah, did so many stories. So if you ever see him at any of the summits or other things, yeah, make sure to reach out, connect with him. Great guy.
And I will say, mentioning about reaching out and connecting, is almost everybody who speaks at ISACA events is usually open for a conversation. Everybody we talk to, we ask ahead of time. Some of them may take a little bit longer than others to get back to you, but everybody's open and willing to discuss, their topic or anything else. We're all a community here to, again, help serve and to help kind of one another. So I'll go over April real fast. Yeah, it's the shortest one. I'll do April, guys. I got this one. Well, I was gonna let Chad do May, but fine. So I know I have some authority now. So for April, we had updates in SOC reporting, what you need to know on the audit side. We had Priya Kumar from Moss Adams in IT compliance and consulting. It was a pretty interesting one, talking about how things are changing in the ways that people are doing their SOC audits and kind of how the expectations are changing. Myself, having been in a lot of companies that have to do SOC audits, it's usually not seen as the most serious audit, but I think a lot of companies are trying to start to really enforce the controls during the audit process to ensure that it's taken more seriously. And for May?
For May, we had our May chapter meeting. Humans are hard, code is easy. This was a presentation given by Tom Hendrickson of Digital Applications Development, Blue Cross, North Carolina. We also had a joint CSA and a ISACA meeting over at KPMG by good friend of mine, Josh and Chris from Fire Mountain Labs, and they focused on hunting for weaknesses in cloud native AI, which is sort of a cool presentation about how you can prompt hack AI agents. Cool presentation. And then we had a collaborative between ISACA, Security Studio Academy, an event for reframing GRC to drive trust and not tension. And this was from Sonal Chandler, the CEO of Minerva Consulting, and Keyshawn Hughes, the founder of Neurosavvy Leadership. It was an amazing talk by those two. That was May.
Yeah, and just on that, you're going to start seeing some that show an ISACA San Diego and Security Studio Academy collaboration. And the reason they started in May was because in April, I had the opportunity to become executive director at Security Studio Academy. And there's a lot of people there that have great stories, great experience, and just in the spirit of trying to play it forward and support members in the community, we started making those as collaborative, and those ones are just online. But anybody here, anybody online is welcome to those, and it's just in the spirit of bringing more value to the community.
And kind of adding to that, at this time, every meeting that we have is free. We do ask that you're a member, but it's everything has been open to the public. So if there's anybody that you ever want to bring to one of these meetings, the community is only as strong as the people in that community. So everybody here represents ISACA San Diego. Everybody online does as well. You guys count too. So if you can bring more people into the community, I think that's good for both the community because we get more diversity of people, more diversity of mindsets. It's also good for those people because honestly, it's a great community. But I could be biased. I think oh, we're allowed to be biased. Okay, just making sure. Because I think San Diego has a really awesome cybersecurity community, and it's really great to bring people into that. And here at ISACA, we try to facilitate that to happen and, again, serve one another.
Oh, June 2025, we had another cybersecurity social mixer. And I can't tell you how great these are to meet people in the community. I also want to say that each one gets better and better. I mean, I was last Monday, I was talking to Alex here, and I was incredibly proud from where it's come a year ago to now, especially with the amount of young people that are coming to these, which is great because I think a year ago it was like 40 of us older guys, and now it's probably like 100 younger people under 30 and us 40 older guys. So we're still coming. So we had another big meeting here with Jennifer Chuang. I hope I pronounced her name right. I hope she's not online cursing me. On introducing AI risk management framework for responsible innovation. That was an amazing talk. That was held here at Xiphon. And then we had a special virtual webinar, The Hidden Vulnerability, a new way to solve the third-party breach puzzle. This was with the CEO of Vivo Security, Trisha Droof, and Timothy Smith, which is our treasurer. And that was a great presentation also. To join on with June to go through the events, we had another joint CSA ISACA event over at KPMG. This was on taming shadow data with DSPM. DSPM is something a lot of people have questions about because it's one of the main tools that are being used to deploy and protect when you install or implement like Copilot in your organization, because everybody's afraid of Copilot sucking up all your internal information, and a DSPM system is what you use to protect and monitor that. So we also had another San Diego Security Studio Academy webinar, vulnerability management for small, medium-sized businesses, which was great because I think that's a area of business, whereas most companies are SMBs. A lot of the presentations really focus on the larger companies. And last, we had this amazing workshop on CMMC compliance, cloud enablement, and the best one of all,
It has
and
to be.
automation. This is called The Tale of Two Contractors. Oh, hi. I let it. Okay. Wonder, it was so wonderful. So, which really told the idea behind the presentation was we looked at two different contractors that were preparing for CMMC that went in two very different directions. One failed and the other one succeeded, and we sort of went through that scenario. The other people that participated is Alex Neff, our vice president here and senior director of IS and compliance at Faro Health. Brian Estep, which is a senior technical director at BMEI Industries. And then Yuri Rosovany, which he will be cursing my name for butchering his last name. And he is the CEO at Kinetic, which is a local MSP.
It's awesome. Well, we know when Dave was working in April why it was so light, because June got loaded up. So there you go.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just
We got to roll.
yeah, let's just
Let's roll.
There we go. We got to auction style. We go faster.
So you had your cyber resilience chat with yours truly right here. Go figure. And my buddy Eric Krim. So that was a really cool approach talking about cyber resilience. And then your collaborative events with a tabletop perspective. You want to just keep flying. I can go quick. August, we had the joint CISA and the ISACA event for the CISO's perspective on Black Cats. Always good to recap from those big events in the industry that we have. Awareness of security in the age of AI, a very popular topic. You got your bingo card out, you got AI a couple of times on there. Incident response in the real world, not the news headlines. September, we had the cybersecurity social mixer again that we keep talking about. It's awesome. FutureCon is always a good time to meet up with people local in San Diego. And then the San Diego Cyber Clinic.
And just real quick on the summits at like FutureCon and stuff like that, you'll see that on the website, we usually get a coupon for anybody to be able to attend at no cost. So
take advantage of those.
Just a quick note on 2024 and 2023, I was a speaker for FutureCon here in San Diego.
Awesome.
Compliance.
Nice. Part 2, the joint meeting with CISA, the access to the intelligent imperative, securing modern digital enterprises, and then the collaboration event, solving the modern security puzzle. And then the cybersecurity summit, another big one that was back in September. That was fun to attend down at the Hilton, San Diego.
Mhm.
October, the InfraGard San Diego Cyber Future Symposium. They are taking applications again after being closed for quite a while. So if you're interested in that, you can always go and apply to InfraGard. It is subject to a background check, but that's another organization in San Diego that you can get that joint collaboration with InfraGard and the FBI. Security lessons from breaking LLM-based coding tools, and the collaborative event, why risk assessments matter for nonprofits to enterprise and everyone in between. In November.
So for November, we had our treasurer, Tim Smith, again presenting, talking about IT audit for cybersecurity professionals. We also had Emily. You may notice we do present ourselves sometimes at the board here. And some people present when they become board members. I know it just seems to be a thing. And we also had Shweta Shind, I hope I'm not butchering her name, from KPMG, who also helped go over IT audit and the gotchas when working with that as an IT person from the auditor's perspective.
Yeah, and it's not like we just want to see ourselves up there. What we really are trying to do is ultimately bring in people that can add value, and if they are members of the community active, that's awesome. And if they're members of the chapter, we want to try and help uplift as well. So
yeah, and riffing on that, if you're a member, of the community, of the chapter, and you want to talk, let us know. I mean, we can help work with you to make that happen. It's a learning experience to come up in front of people and speak. It's not something which is just most people don't inherently have it. You have to practice and do it, and we're here to support you in that. For me, I could barely talk in front of people, and here I am now.
yeah, actually, don't go back, but one of the earlier ones that I had the opportunity to do on imposter syndrome with Jordan was because he was dealing with enough imposter syndrome that was a good topic, and I wanted to work with him to kind of climb that mountain.
So for December, we had the San Diego Cyber Mixer Trivia Challenge. So kind of related to the Cyber Mixer, we have a trivia trying to mix it up. So it's not just networking, but it's also a shared activity, something we're going to try to do more of. Again, we also had the Social Mixer, which, like Chad said, was a great time. I feel like we had like 150 people. I mean, there was so many people that you could barely fit everybody on the patio at Alesmith. It was always a great time. Always highly recommend. And then there's whatever this meeting is.
That's what you're going through now. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the pain you feel this very moment of this meeting. So with that, the summary of 2025 is we had 11 chapter events. We had 6 collaborative events with Security Studio, 4 mixers, 4 conferences, 5 special events, and 8 joint events with CSA. And the crazy thing is, I think we're planning on doing more next year. I don't know how, but
yeah. Yeah, and if my math's right, that's 38 events.
Your math's not right, but I have no idea what the actual answer. No, It probably is.
Anybody out there with a calculator can help us out, please. So, but yeah, that's just, I think, of a good summary of what we're trying to do to be active and supportive within our community.
And another thing that helps us is letting us know what you want to hear about. And we'll be reaching out with a survey to try to get more information from the membership to understand, is there topics that you feel like aren't being covered? Like maybe nobody's heard about AI yet. We can cover that if you guys haven't. Bingo. There's we have such a wide spectrum between cybersecurity and audit that it's kind of hard for us to know what it is that you guys want to hear about. So we can try to find those people who have that specialty knowledge. Our goal is to bring in people to speak about these topics who know about them, who aren't trying to sell us on things, who try to kind of push us forward ourselves in understanding of those things. So if there's something you guys want to hear about, like I feel like it's been a while since we've had a career coach come in. We have to get Coach Dave back. We go in every direction with, the speakers that we bring in to make sure that you guys are getting served in every way possible within your career.
So now we're starting to look at what we've got coming up next month. And this event is on the calendar. Like Alex said, these are all available at no cost. But Ross Young will be presenting. He is an author. You've followed his podcast or podcasts he's been on?
Absolutely. So yeah, it would be cool to have Ross out. If you are looking for a new podcast, the CISO Tradecraft is a great one to talk to the poor people online. Almost lost it, but highly recommend listening to Ross. He's been out there quite a while. I know he was the CISO at Caterpillar for a period of time, so it'll be exciting to get to listen to him. Is he coming in person or remote?
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be awesome. And he just wrote a new book. I think that's part of his road trip.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you buy it, you come to the meeting, you can get it signed. Just saying.
There you go.
Alrighty, Chad, do you want to talk about the upcoming
workshop we all have? We haven't set the exact date, but it's either going to be the very end of January or the very beginning of February. Excuse me. Let me get into site. And we are going to be putting together with a couple of ISACA members and a couple of people from outside the chapter a workshop on what we call demystifying AI. And this is a workshop that's led by actual platform developers. I'm a platform developer in AI with the Fire Mountain Labs guys, which work day to day in AI. This gentleman right here that also works on a daily basis with it. And we're going to do a breakdown. And let me premise this by saying the last year, everybody talks about AI, and it's very apparent that there's a lot of lack of clarity about what it is, and people seem to focus on chat GPT type interactions with AI and conflate that as being the end all be all to AI. There's also a lot of misconceptions about security around it, that primarily being that there is no security and somehow you're going to lose all your data to this and everything. So I put this together with a group of people that work with AI on a day-to-day basis to go through what AI is, what LLM companies are, what product companies are that are using AI to augment their products. Then we're going to go over actual platform development strategies. How do you use AI to develop a product? What is an LLM company using? What is their platform strategy, development strategy? What is a company that uses the cloud platforms like AWS or Azure to develop AI to augment their products? What you can do with these platforms. A third part of the presentation is going to be a security deep dive into what security mechanisms are in place, with the emphasis for our community and ensuring people that there is security in place. If you implement it properly, it's really not much different than the security we all know. And then we are going to have a career coach that's going to come in and talk about career strategies for wherever you are at in your career. How can you leverage AI to take your career to the next level and not get left behind? And that's going to address mid-level career people, that a lot of people that in our community have been laid off and are looking for a way back in the door and can't find it. So how do you embrace AI to make that transition? It's amongst younger people that are just getting out of college, that got sort of cut out of job opportunities the last couple of years because of AI. How do they implement that? How do they embrace that and use that in their career as part of their career strategy? And then the cool part about this presentation is while we give this presentation, this workshop, we're going to have a couple vibe coders up, and they're going to be working on a project live while we present. And at the end of the presentation, because everybody's really interested, what is vibe coding? I think it was the term of the year was vibe coding for 2025. And we're going to go through and we're going to show everybody what is vibe coding, what is it not, what can you do, where can you fail with it. And so we'll have a couple vibe coders to the side of the presentation cranking out code for 2.5 hours. At the end of that presentation, we're going to take a look and see what they produced. So that's it.
Yeah.
And that's why we have a research director.
Yeah.
This is also my first official research project as research director. So
Yeah.
So another thing I kind of touched on briefly earlier was the ISACA SD Skylabs, where we have the patent pending for the name. One of our volunteers, Riley Scott, I'm working with him closely, and we're actually building out real-world labs where people can join us together and work within those labs to learn different topics. In this case, we have an AWS lab where it costs less than $1 to run the lab. And you can turn up an OpenSense firewall, which is an open source firewall within AWS. You can connect to it, configure it. We're going to do certain things like, port forwarding and firewall configuration and things like that in real time for anybody who wants to join. And hands-on technical training. And if it goes well, if there's enough interest, we might continue to do it and do it on like a quarterly or every 4 or 5 month basis in different topics.
Yeah. And if you have any ideas for topics and stuff and would like to collaborate on it, let us know.
So another upcoming event we have, you may have heard it, is the Cybersecurity Summit. We have another one of them. It's February 5th this year. A few of us may or may not be speaking at it. No names, but additionally, we'll always have a booth. So, stop on by, say hi, and, we can give you a sack of swag if you show up.
For I guess asking for events for ideas, do I direct it to the presidents or is there a specific member? All of them.
To whoever, direct if you
White
have
paper stuff too.
Yeah, info.
Yeah, if you send it through email, the info on the card there, that'll come to all of us. So we'll see it, and then usually we'll have them come in and then be able to determine who's best to reply to you, and totally look forward to it. So
Our preference is to highlight local community. And so if we have people speaking, we have people doing workshops, the more we can do people who are local, the better. I mean, building up the San Diego cyber community is our #1 goal. So it's always great having national speakers. Having Ross, I think, is a great get. But again, keeping it local is kind of what we're about when we can.
One quick question. I come from across the border, and I did nonprofit talks to high schools and junior highs for cybersecurity and cybercrime and all that kind of talks. Is there a possibility to represent ISACA and engage with the lady that you mentioned that managed that academic relationships to give away nonprofit cybersecurity awareness and cybercrime and stuff like that?
Yeah, very much so. So maybe it's time for maybe not this slide, but yeah, we'll come back to this slide. But one thing that we're going to try to do for this upcoming year, and this is kind of something that corporate had some really great ideas on how to help build the community. We kind of see ourselves on the board here as kind of like the core of ISACA San Diego, but ultimately all of you membership, you are what make us ISACA San Diego. And we're trying to have more volunteer opportunities. and more specific volunteer opportunities. So one thing that helps is if you come to us with something you want to do, like if you want to help do outreach to K through 12, we've actually, I think I had that at my last chapter when I had an IST2 chapter, we had somebody who did that. It was great. I think people loved it. You're actually not just informing the students, but also their parents. It's a way of continuing that community outreach. If you have things that you think we can help you do to help better the community, by all means, reach out. Um, if you don't have an idea and you want to help, feel free to reach out still, because if you email info@isaca, -sd.org, let us know if you want to volunteer. We can put you on our volunteer list. And our goal for this upcoming year is for all the, directors who are doing all of our projects and things like that, we can reach out to the list and say, hey, do you have interest in doing X? So one of the things that we plan on doing is a student membership push. Maybe not quite K through 12, might be a little bit younger than we're looking for a full-on ISACA members. Um, but that being said, it's going to take a lot of work to try to reach out to the 20 or something, colleges and universities that are in the San Diego area. The more people we have helping with that, the better. Another thing that we want to do is we want to try to have individual conversations with every single ISACA member, whether it's a volunteer or one of us from the board, within our chapter. And with 800 members, that's a pretty big undertaking. We want to make sure that everybody feels like they're heard and part of the community, because ultimately this community is only as strong as its membership and its engagement. And we want to make sure that everybody is engaged as much as possible and giving back where they can. So again, thanks for your, want to volunteer. We've had a couple others in the audience here who've also said they want to volunteer, and I will definitely reach out. Been waiting for the smoke to clear after all the elections, but I'm adding you to that volunteer list. And once we start to get our initiative started, then we're going to start to reach out and pull you in. Really, the sky is the limit, because the more you guys help, the greater things that we can do. Another thing that we're going to be trying to do is putting a survey out. So some of the things that we're going to be looking for your feedback on, this is an example. This isn't necessarily set in stone by any means. We're going to be looking to see, should we have meetings maybe in different places geographically? This is a little bit further north for some people. Maybe we can try to get ones which are in downtown or Chula Vista or something, just to make it easier for more members to have access to meetings. Another thing we were talking about is, what topics are you interested in? We want to make sure that we can cover it, other than AI, of course. We want to make sure that, what other kind of events would you like to see which aren't training or explicitly networking? So, for example, do you guys want to go bowling together? It's a community. Just because we're cybersecurity people doesn't mean that every single conversation has to be training or networking or anything. We want to help also offer community where a lot of people don't necessarily have it. Go ahead.
Softball?
Softball. The last time I played softball, I made a mistake because I always slide in the bases and I didn't have the right socks. Yeah, too competitive. If you can hand the mic to Darius back there.
Golfing.
Golfing. You'll have to teach me how to golf before I can agree to that, but maybe the other.
I mean, this was from like the other day I went for the ISSA happy hour. Like I haven't golfed for like 5 years, but then just swinging like virtually at the golf bar, it seemed really nice to get back into.
It'd be cool too, is miniature golf.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Be easier to coordinate and whatnot too.
Yeah, fishing. Yeah, I mean, the thing is I think hiking, anything physical or anything which is just, I mean, it's fun going to the brewery and drinking and talking, but it feels like it'd be a bit more intimate in some ways to be amongst small groups of people going out and doing things. So yeah, by all means, let us know, reach out. We're going to be sending out the survey to get more information. Another was, should we do more than 3 scholarships? How should we take this money and pay it forward? Should we do 10 scholarships? We're talking about maybe funding student groups in colleges, helping them pay for their meetings, just to help, again, drive interest, to help bridge that gap from, education into the real world. I think there's lots of things that we could do, and your help through volunteering, your dues help pay for all of this. So I think it's, our opportunity to give back is due to you guys, and it's great to all do this together.
No, I just, what's really cool about this is, we have a very engaged leadership team. this term. Super excited and super appreciative of that, which has given us these kinds of ideas and stuff and the bandwidth to follow up on them. So,
I mean, it takes a village. Dave and Tim were running the show by themselves on their shoulders for a long time, and now there's a good handful of us. It makes it to where we can work through you guys even more to kind of make it to where there's more of us as a group doing more for the community. So
yeah, both on the elected positions and what Lucy and Emmanuel and Chad are doing to bring to the table.
So I will take a quick step back, and as we have one more upcoming event that's really cool, and that is that we have the worldwide. I don't know if that really makes a difference or not. GRC, ISACA GRC conference coming to San Diego. So this is going to be in August 17th through 19th. We are going to be having some happy hours. Some of us will be probably speaking there. It's going to be a great time. So we'll definitely have a presence there. We'll probably be reaching out for volunteers on this as well because ISACA corporate is like we need free labor. I mean, helpers.
Volunteers.
Volunteers, yes. So looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, this is an ISACA global initiative that just is landing in our backyard this year. For example, when there was the global leadership earlier this year that Alex and Chad had the opportunity to go to, that was in London. So yeah, so it's just great opportunity, and this one's just going to be in our backyard. So yes, it is.
At the Gaylord Pacific.
Has anybody here besides Brian been to the Gaylord Pacific? Have you? Oh, good.
Thank you.
We're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been there. I was able to attend the audit board conference just this last October, and they hosted at the Gaylord Resort, and it's fantastic. It's very new, as you know. They just opened up, I think June or May, June last year. So it's very new, very nice, very spacious. The only feedback I've heard from outsiders coming to San Diego to a conference like this is that it's quite far from downtown San Diego. So when people comes from, Chicago or other places or, um, eh, from other countries, they come to San Diego, they feel like they want to be in downtown San Diego. So that's the only feedback I heard from people. Any Uber ride will be $40, 25 minutes Uber ride to go downtown San Diego to Gaylord Pacific. But it's fantastic otherwise.
I'd say the biggest complaint I hear about people visiting San Diego for these things is they have to leave.
Yeah. So we'll share more of that with everybody as we hear more details and everything. But
So that is our presentation. Was there anything else that people wanted to speak on? So Lucy, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I would like to make a big emphasis. Please, please, please don't forget to renew your membership. Right now is the time to renew your membership. So please don't forget to do it. You already heard us saying, we use the money that comes from your membership to support our initiatives. And, the renewal time is to the 31st of this month. So if you haven't done so, please take the time to do that and help us help you because we have a lot of plans to do for you members of the chapter. So thank you.
yes, we do ask and encourage all professionals to please renew. And on the flip side, the chapter will sponsor student memberships. So if anybody here online, or if you know anybody that is a student that's interested, yeah, the chapter will cover that.
We also have an initiative later in the year where we invite our members to bring other people who are not members, so you could introduce them to what membership for ISACA is. So that's another initiative that comes later in the year. But locally in our charter, you probably are aware that we do welcome first comers for free, so we don't charge those
Right.
to any cost to first time visitors.
Pretty much to every event that you saw on the slides. Awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Question online. So, is there some way we can get all our CPE time for the chapter in one place?
Your inbox. Right now we send them out immediately after an event. And Emmanuel's been a godsend in driving that. So we do send them out that way. As far as finding them in one place, you know what we can do? Seriously, I mean, the inbox is a legitimate response. But we can see if we can publish those into ISACA's portal and then and then the person can go in there and see if, and then just apply it from there. It's something that we, thank you for the question, because I think that is something that we can look into and see if we can do that. Sure.
I was just gonna suggest like Credly or like do a public key, private key thing. Like you can authenticate. I don't know. I don't know the implementation side of how that works, but on your portal or just as
Sure. Yeah, well, right now it's somewhat of a manual process because like we'll have this event. So basically everybody that we did get checked in, we know we'll add you to the list and Emmanuel will go through. And then so those of you that are online, it does require that you've been online for a certain amount of time. And it's 50 minutes out of an hour kind of a thing. But we do that pretty much event after event and try and get them out in real time. So the Credly would be more like for the certification kind of a thing, the badge. So, but Emmanuel, we can take a look into that and see if that might help.
And I'd also say that volunteering is a great way of getting lots of CPs at once. So if you come to like one of these summits or something like that, or we start having more events and you start to put in your name in the hat for volunteering, I mean, a day of volunteering, you can get 8 CPs in one shot. And so, reach out again if you have interest there, because then you have to get less events to get your CPs. Additionally, we do have all of our events are hybrid. So, or almost all of them. The mixers, not so much, but all of our actual like presentations are hybrid. So you can always, watch them online, which does make the accessibility a lot easier to get those and get access to those CPs.
Yeah, and just one thing, because sometimes I process this in real time. We would still need to send out the emails because we will have people that attend that are repurposing them for it. If we get them in the ISACA portal, that benefits the ISACA members. But we'll have a lot of members that may be in ISC squared or another organization as well, and they're going to need that email to be able to repurpose those hours.
Did anybody else have any questions, comments, feedback? We're always open to it. So,
Were there any other questions online?
anybody up here want to add anything else before we?
Yes, I would like to say something else, just because last year we tried to have a holiday party and we didn't have big response. This year we also tried to have one and we just couldn't bring it to completion. Having said that, we have had the green light to have holiday event, not during the holiday days. So more to come on that. We're going to be planning a social event that will be maybe in the first quarter of 2026. And we recognize that everybody's busy during the holiday season, and we just didn't want to put one more burden on your plate. And we actually want you guys to enjoy it. So more to come on this. Looking forward to a social gathering on this purpose during the first quarter of 2026.
Yeah, before COVID, there were some annual big events for the holidays that we would host, and then obviously it all died, and it hasn't really come back up. And even when we've tried to do them in the last couple of years, it became tough with everybody being this kind of busy during these times. So one of the other thoughts we were throwing around was doing like a Christmas in July kind of a thing, and just so, all right. Well, that looks like it's being well received. So, cool.
And until we get that going, we still do have like a trivia night. We're trying to make a quarterly event, and also we have the mixer going. So, I mean, hopefully there's at least a monthly event. And we're not the only ones. I mean, there's also ISSA puts on lots of social events. David Sparks has a couple of monthly events, one in Novo Brazil and Mission Valley, as well as one up north somewhere. It's up north. I don't know where that is.
Just north.
But I mean, there's lots of opportunities if you look around out there. If you want to continue to network and build out your network, we do our part, but we are by far not the only ones here in San Diego who are contributing to the community.
Yeah, there's a lot of great organizations, and even those quarterly social mixers that are up at Alesmith. We're but one of like 9 or 10 chapters that are there that represent and participate.
And we may be the best chapter, but no, we as a group, are very collaborative. I think we really try to support the community all together, and it's been honestly a great experience. Like you go to the mixer and you can really see it.
Yeah.
So with that, I think that's the meeting. So thank you for attending, everybody.
Thank you.